Okay, everybody, we're here. We're going to give you an update, get some people to chime in. This is one of the buggies here that'll be leading the parade on Saturday for the Amish. And we wanted to give you guys a little update, and I want to make a little message for the Amish community, the Mennonite anyway, that may be in a position to watch this video. So this is Frank and Sam right here. These guys are, what kind of horses are they?
These are Percherons.
And these guys are bigger than a lot of Clydesdales that you see. It's amazing. So what I wanted to talk to everybody about is what our goals are, our program is here in Ohio. So it's no secret that the president has slowed down for the Amish already. He did on December 20th, and we took 4 members of this community here in Holmes County and Wayne County, which happens to be the biggest Amish community in the country. There's 74,000 in these 2 counties. So, what I want to get across to the Amish community is that we're not here to try to change their narrative. We're not here to try to talk them into voting. We already know there is a giant swell of interest from the Amish community regarding Donald Trump. Our goal is to give them a little louder voice, to give them a direct path to Donald Trump's ear. So you see, for Donald Trump to come to an Amish community like this, to have a rally, there'd be a little bit of risk involved because the Amish have never before come together and rallied for a president. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to give the president the evidence that he needs to see that there's a lot of traction here, and ultimately bring him into Holmes County for a rally at Mount Hope. And so the reason I wanted to talk to you today is explain what the program is. You've seen some pictures on the internet that have gone viral with just a Trump flag on a buggy. So our goal is to bring together about 130 buggies, and that's a tall order. This has never been done, but I'd rather have tried and failed than to not try at all. So we're hoping for 130 buggies. And the reason why, there's 5,480 feet in a mile. A buggy is about 20 feet long. We got about 20 feet between buggies. That means we need 130 buggies, 132 buggies to be a mile long. And we see lots of motorcycle rides that are several miles long. And obviously it'll be going a lot slower here. So, when you think about the Amish and why they're voting, we started this program several years ago. A young man named Sammy, he's in a wheelchair because an Englishman ran into the back of his buggy when he was a child, and he called me up and wanted to know about the Amish, if we wanted to engage with the Amish. And I was like, heck yeah. We started an Amish Bikers for Trump Amish page, and so we've been working with them. And over the last several years, last summer I came in town with my mother, and I was at Benny Hostetler's wedding with my mom. That was a big treat. Gained about 10 pounds in one day. And then before that, we were in town fostering these relationships. And so it's been quite an experience. So this is historical. Does it work? Only time will tell. If the Amish and the Mennonite in Ohio would like to come together and to have a buggy parade with us Saturday, you can be in Fredericksburg at 10 a.m. at the old train depot, which is right behind the fire station and right across from the ball field. And then we'll go off, and we're gonna have a big hill, and we're gonna put where the buggies go down the hill and then up the hill. And that way we'll have a really good shot of all the buggies, so we can show the other Amish communities from Delaware and Maryland to Kentucky to Indiana to Pennsylvania, and yes, Ohio. Ohio is very important. I don't have to tell any of you guys this. No Republican president has ever won without carrying Ohio. So it's the political math has worked out really well. Now, will the Amish show up? We don't know. But I'm certain that they will show up at the polls. They are going to be doing a lot of absentee ballots. I have a feeling that when this election's over and we do the political math and we can see how many people voted in this election compared to the last 2, we're going to see a giant influx. And I have a feeling that this may be a record-setting area for the country for many years because of the interest and because of the Amish have sat dormant for so many years. So the way that we were able to get their attention, and if you think about it, the bikers are one of the most rowdiest of all the demographics, right? Well, then we think about the Amish and we think about some of the most docile and some of the most religious. But see, there are a lot of parallels with the biker and the Amish. They love their families, they love their country, they love their church, and they like their property and they want it to be protected. So with all the riots happening right now across the country, the Amish and the bikers are pretty much as disgusted as each and every one of us are, okay? When we think about the Amish, so I had to go back to the drawing board and I came back and I explained to them that they could vote and stand on biblical principle. And that biblical principle will free them up to exercise their right to vote, because see, what I identified was the one thing they hate the most is abortion. So I explained they could be David and Goliath. David is a vote for Donald Trump and conservative principles. Goliath is abortion. And they seem to agree with that. And so that's why we've gotten the traction that we have. Now, when you think about abortion right now, with those radical policies that are coming out of Virginia and New York, that they're going to keep the baby alive until the mother decides what to do with it, that's unacceptable to not only the bikers, but to the Amish as well. Now, the second biggest issue, I think, with the Amish is the Second Amendment, because if these guys are workaholics, and if they're not working hard, they're hunting hard. They're thinking about hunting. It's hard. You'll be hard-pressed to walk into an Amish home and not see some deer heads hanging on the wall of their barns, or even maybe in their homes. And then obviously the religious freedoms. So what they've been able to see with Donald Trump is that he has not yielded on his promises. That unlike other leadership before him, he delivers on his promises. And so they have every reason to believe that he'll continue to deliver on his promises. And we're hoping that the Amish see that this is an opportunity for them to stand up for their country, because now more than ever we need them. We need them to come over to our side and to help us continue to make America grow. The Amish community right now has more or less been unaffected by COVID-19. I agree 100%. The horse agrees with that too. So the Amish, I haven't seen one mask on one Amish person since I've been here. They don't believe in it. The Amish say that one baby aspirin a day will prevent it from hitting you, and if you get it, that'll knock it out, because it thickens your blood. And anyway, they've been doing it. They've been prescribing themselves their own medicine for a long time, and you see a lot of old timers running around here. So we don't care about the COVID right now, because in our opinion, COVID is a plandemic. It's been planned. It might have started the pandemic. The Democrats have harnessed this thing. They're trying to polarize the country. They've weaponized it. And they want to sink the economy at the expense of you, the American people, because they believe if we have a weak economy, that there'll be a change in leadership at the White House. But we're too smart. We see through it. We've seen through collusion. We've seen through the impeachment, and nobody even knows what's coming next, but it's coming. So anyway, 10 o'clock at the train depot in Fredericksburg, Ohio. Come out with your buggies and let's make a picture that's going to go around the world. Okay, they'll go over to Dutch Germany so they can see what's happening here. It will polarize the Democratic Party, because now they're going to have to come up with another 1.2 million fake ballots to beat our president, and that's just not going to happen. And so we're certain that Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Maryland, and Delaware are going to follow in these footsteps. So anyway, I just wanted to get this message out. If you know anybody in Ohio, if you know any of the Amish, let's try to get this message to them and tell them that we're not here to influence their way of life one bit. But if our instinct is right, and they do have the respect and admiration for the president that he's already shown he has for the Amish people by receiving them into the Oval Office, then let's get behind them. Now's the time to make a stance. I've got 100 Donald Trump flags. The first 100 people here will get a flag for their buggy. And it'll be a very impressive sight to see these buggies going through here if they choose to show up. And if they don't choose to show up, it doesn't mean they're not behind them, because they are. It's just the Amish have done things their own way for several hundred years now. And we just got to be careful to stay within the proper narrative, to ruffle as little feathers as possible, to remain presidential and remain as patriots. And so anyway, that's our update here from Ohio. I'll let you guys know how it goes Saturday. Hopefully things go right Saturday. The following Saturday in the same location, we're going to drop down a giant rally. We're going to invite the English from all the surrounding counties. We're going to have buses to bring them in. We're gonna have pigs on the grill. We're gonna have desserts on the table, and it'll be quite an experience. So anyway, everybody, be kind to one another. Remember the open channel communications. Don't act like the left. Take the high ground, and get somebody out there to register a new voter. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks. Holy cow.
Hey, drinking like that today, buddy. Goes in, must come out.